Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to J.P.BBQ. I appreciate you guys tuning in. Today, I'm going to show you how to make the best steak and shrimp fajita tacos. You guys stay tuned. Let me show you how we do them on the Weapon Performer, doing it JP style. Check it out. So these are the steak fajitas I got from the company Chorizo de San Manuel. They come already seasoned, so there's not much we got to do with them. I may put a little bit of lime on them. Not that they need any more tenderizing, but I absolutely love lime on fajitas. Here's what they look like after the lime, so back to the fridge they go. So let's start getting the shrimp ready. I'm going to skewer these large, easy-to-peel shrimp, roughly about a pound of them. Should yield you about 31 to 35 of them, so the bag says. Here's about what they look like all skewered up. I was able to get at least 4 skewers, and they are ready for the grill. Can't have fajita and shrimp tacos without making a pico de gallo. Here are the ingredients that we'll be using. We got some cilantro, some red, yellow, orange peppers, garlic, cloves, onions, jalapeno, lime, and some J.P.BBQ for seasoning. Start off by dicing the cilantro. You want to go ahead and cut the stems off and just stay with the leafy part. Does not have to be finely chopped. Just about to this consistency. Same thing with the onion. Cut your onion in half. Make a small cut in order to peel off that first layer of the onion. Make cuts into the onion towards the core, making sure you go plenty deep and rotate the onion with each cut. Start dicing the onion towards the center of this core, rotating in a quarter turn after reaching the core. You're left with just the core of the onion. Flip it on its side and dice away. At the end, you're left with just the tip of the onion, and you should get results like this and have no teary eyes. Next, dice up the peppers. Not only do they taste good, but they're going to give your pico de gallo a very nice, colorful look. About the same consistency as the onions. And now for this bad boy, you can't have pico without adding a little spice. 2 jalapenos should be all you need. Cut up the same way. If you like a little hotter, you can leave some of the inside veins in. Dice up the garlic. You may want to chop this up a little finer than the rest. Cut your lime and add it to the pico. And don't forget to add some J.P.BBQ for the seasoning. Mix very well and your pico de gallo is done. Now, some people are probably asking, where are the tomatoes? Your traditional pico de gallo has diced tomatoes in it. I chose to do this without. Still going to be very good. Here's a new charcoal that I'm trying out. Lumberjack coal. It's a mixture of oak and alder. Distributed out of Suwanee, Georgia. First thing I look for in a lump charcoal is that its size is relative to the other piecing, meaning they're all about the same size. As long as the majority are about the same size, then that's a plus. The other thing I noticed when handling this charcoal was its weight. It seemed a lot lighter than what I'm used to. Probably means that it has a low moisture count. That may be a good thing, or it could be not so good. I can think of at least 3 things to the plus. Number 1, seeing that it may have less moisture, it would probably light faster. Number 2, it will probably produce less smoke, which if you're grilling, that's a good thing. And number 3, it will probably have less sparking and produce less ash. Here's a piece of lump from a popular brand that I normally use compared to the Lumberjack. It seems a little bit bigger and it seems a little bit heavier. But this one does produce a lot more smoke, and it roughly takes about 20 minutes to be fully lit for cooking. But there's only one way to find out how good this Lumberjack charcoal is, and we are going to put it to the test. Nothing fancy here. Gonna light it the same way I always do. Use 3 fire and flavor 100% biomass fire starters. It did make some light smoke at the beginning, but that's normal for just about every charcoal out there. But it was light and not heavy and thick. We started it around 5:35. Now this is just a few minutes since we lit the charcoal, and the smoke is still very light. Backing up the camera, we can see that. It did not take long for the majority of the coals to get lit, and there is very little ash built up. Look at my watch. It says 5:47, so it took roughly 12 minutes. That's pretty impressive. Looking at the ash formed on the coals, seems to have stayed at a minimum. But let's see how long it lasts. So let's get to cooking. Put the grill in, spray it down with a little canola, and give it a good brushing. I think I'm going to set this up for indirect grilling. So I'm pushing all the coals to the side, and now we're ready. We'll set up our fajita meat on the indirect heat side. Once it gets close to about 90 degrees, flip them over and cook it for about the same amount of time. Once it reaches roughly 120-ish, it's time to start searing the meat and place them directly over the coals. So while that is getting seared, we can go ahead and put our shrimp on the indirect side. Now, shrimp don't take long. It should be ready about the same time the fajita is ready. Oh man, this is gonna be good. This fajita looks so nice when it's all seared up. All the meat is done and the charcoal is still burning hot. So we're gonna heat up some corn tortillas. Again, for street tacos, guys, you gotta have corn tortillas. Oh man, does this look good? Cut the fajita in and then rotate it to do the last cut against the grain. Cutting it this way will ensure that the meat stays tender and make it more manageable when chewing. Now look at this. This is gonna be good. Let's start building these steak and shrimp fajita street tacos. Start off first with the first layer being beef. Second layer, pile on some shrimp. Gotta have at least 3 of them in each taco. Layer in your pico de gallo that you made earlier today. And finally, a little bit of that green sauce that we made on the last cook, and enjoy. Hey guys, these steak and shrimp fajita tacos came out looking fantastic. Just look at that. Look at that monster of a shrimp right there, man. Look at that. That looks absolutely gorgeous. And with that pico de gallo and that salsa verde that I put on it that I made yesterday, man, this is going to be fantastic. Let's give it a try. You guys ready? Let's do this. Ooh, my mouth is watering. Here we go. Mmm. Mmm. Oh. Perfect. The meat is nice and tender. I did overcook the meat just a little bit. Shot up on me, but it's still. That meat is just super tender. And with that shrimp right there, oh my goodness. You can't get no better street tacos than this. Making these at your house, guys, super easy. It took me like one afternoon, half a day. Oh my gosh, they're so good. And that pico de gallo, whoo, man. Let me give me another bite. Mmm. Mm. The lime. This is incredible. Oh my God. Give me one more bite. Yeah, man, look at that. Look at that meat right there, and that pico. Got the cilantro and the little peppers and the onions. Man, that's really good stuff. All done on the Weber. Even the tortillas, I did them on the Weber. Didn't use no gas, no electricity. Charcoal. Oh, I gotta tell you about the charcoal. Well, I'm gonna get this last bite. Get the back there. That charcoal is still burning. I got a basket. I closed the vents off to try to preserve as much of that charcoal. That way I can use it again tomorrow or the next day or the next time I cook. But that charcoal is a new brand called Lumberjack Charcoal, and it's a company up in I think they're up in Georgia, and it's a pretty good charcoal. As far as comparing them to the charcoal that I normally use, the sizes were a little bit more manageable. They weren't these big chunks of wood. They were nice, good sized pieces of charcoal. And I want to say, I got to look at the time. but I want to say that the charcoal lit much faster. So, that's always a plus. When you get a charcoal that takes you 20, 30 minutes to get fully lit, for your cookout, that's no good. This charcoal, I want to say maybe 10, 11 minutes. I'm not sure, but I'll double check. I'll look at the time. But it came out fantastic. The food, the meat, it came from chorizo de San Manuel, it's a company out in Texas, that they got an online business, and they sell meats and stuff like that, to local distributors, and they also sell packages online. So if you're interested in any of this stuff, guys, like the charcoal, I'm gonna put a link for them right here, and it'll be down in the description. You guys go check out that charcoal. I thought it was pretty good. I really liked that charcoal. It burned hot, it burned good. Food came out spectacular, guys. I want to thank my viewers. I want to thank my subscribers. I want to thank the people that encouraged me to make these videos, like my Patreons. I want to thank Ben Lee, Maria Balderas, Sam Santos, Leticia Vallejo, Billy Wash, Brian Gutierrez, and Marco Romero. Appreciate you guys so much for supporting the channel. It means the world to me to be able to do stuff like this, and for you guys. But besides that, guys, I gotta let you guys go, and I will see you guys on the next cookout. I love y'all. Y'all take care.